Good morning, class. Go ahead and take out your journal and open up to the next available page. Also, in the station folder, you will find a quarter sheet of paper that has a grid on it. You will be needing that for your notes today as well. Open up to the next available page, and we are going to be labeling it the coordinate grid. There are 4 quadrants on a coordinate grid. We will focus on plotting in the first quadrant. We will be using the quarter sheet of paper that has the first quadrant of the coordinate grid to label and write our notes on it. Go ahead and have that out, and we will write on it before we glue it down in our journal. Here is the coordinate grid. We will use this to label it, and we will write some notes to the side in our journal that will help us remember how to label the coordinate grid. Alright, the first thing that we're going to talk about is our axes. Now we have an X and a Y axis. These are things that should be spiraled back from 4th grade. And we're going to go ahead and label these. First, I have my horizontal axis right here. Let's go ahead and take a color, and we're going to note that this axis is called the x-axis. It runs horizontal. So on the side of your journal, you can put an arrow going to the right, and you can put x-axis and horizontal. Okay. The next thing that we're going to label is we are going to label our y-axis. This goes up. You can also, on the side of your journal, draw an arrow going up. We are labeling this the y-axis, and it is vertical. Now, a good way to remember which way our x-axis and our y-axis go is we have a little saying. We say we always walk to the elevator before we go up the elevator. So again, here I have my coordinate grid. I have my x-axis that goes horizontal, and I have my y-axis that goes vertical. Another important thing that I need to know and that I'm going to be labeling on my coordinate grid today is that I need to know what an ordered pair is. So I'm going to write ordered pair, and in an ordered pair it is in parentheses, and I have an x value, comma, y value. This is how I write an ordered pair. Now there is a very important ordered pair on our coordinate grid, and this is called the origin. So right here at the very corner, we have the point 0, 0, which is called our origin. Alright, on our origin, that means that I am going 0 values on my x-axis and 0 values on my y-axis. That's why it is at the very corner of my coordinate grid. Now we're going to get, in just a minute, some practice plotting different points on the coordinate grid. Now here's my coordinate grid again. Now before I start plotting points, I want to label the x and y axis with numbers. Okay? On our x-axis, the origin again was at 0, 0, so it starts with an x value of 0, and then I count up from there. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll stop at 13. And I need to do the same to my y-axis. So again, this was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So right here we have a 13 by 13 grid. Alright, so now I can start practicing plotting points. So I'm going to give you a couple points that we're going to plot on this grid. We'll start off with 5 and we will plot them together, and then I will let you plot some on your own. Alright, the first coordinate that we are going to plot is 1, 1. The second one will be 4, 3. We will do 2, 7, 8, 5, and 13, 0. Alright, so when we start plotting these points, remember, when we have an ordered pair, I have x value first and then a y value. We always walk to the elevator before we go up the elevator. So I'm going to use my colors to help me determine which one's my x value and which one's my y value. So in the point 1, 1, the first one is my x value, so I underlined it in green. My second number is 1 as well, and this is my y value, which is in pink. So when I go and plot this point, I need to know that I'm going to go to the right or horizontal for my x value, and then I'm going to go up for my y value. Okay? So now, let's go ahead and plot point 1, 1. So I go to the left, to the right, 1 value. So to the right, 1 value, and up 1 value. And I should end at the point 1, 1. Go ahead and put that in there. That is a point 1, 1. Now when you plot a point, it's also good to go in there and label that point on your graph. So here I can put 1, 1 next to my point. Okay? Now let's try 4, 4. 3. Excuse me. So this means that my x value is 4. So I'm going to the right 4 spaces. And then my y value is 3, so I'm going up 3 spaces. So let's try that. So we're going to go over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3. And that will put me at the point 4, 3. Put a nice little dot there, and then I'm going to label it 4, 3. Alright, let's try our next one. We have 2, 7. The 2 is my x value. The 7 is my y value. And I'm going to be going horizontal 2 spaces and up 7 spaces, which will end me up about right here. So I'm going to take my yellow pen and mark the spot 2, 7, which is right there. And now I can label it as well 2, 7. Alright, next one. We have 8, 5. The 8 is my x value. The 5 is my y value. So I'm going to go over 8 spaces all the way here. And then I'm going to go up 5 units here. And I am at 8, 5. Take my yellow pen. And 8, 5 is right here. Okay, and now I can label it 8, 5. All right, last one that I want us to try, and our x value is 13, our y value is 0, so I have 13, 0. That means I'm going to go to the right 13 times, so right here, and then 0 means I'm not going to go up any spaces. This means my point is going to be on the x-axis, right here. And we can go ahead and label that as well, and that is 13, 0. All right, so now you're going to have a chance to practice some on your own. Okay, so here's your coordinate grid, and I'm going to give you 5 more points that I want you to plot on your own, and then we will check them. Here are your 5 points. 11, 13, 4, 0, 0, 8, 9, 12, and 6, 6. Go ahead and plot those now. When you're ready to check, just hit the play button again. So this is what your coordinate grid should look like after I plot the next 5 points. Alright, here are all 5 points plotted. Go ahead and check them. Now remember, the most common mistake we make is that we go up the y-axis first and then on the x-axis. Remember, you always walk to the elevator before you go up it. That's our little strategy that we're going to try and remember so that we plot our points correctly. Alright, well thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, when you get to the guided practice table with me, just ask, and we're going to get some more practice on these together. See you next time.